Hello, everybody. This is Letao, your astrologist and your spiritual counselor. Thank you very much for joining this video session. Today, the topic is, will I find love soon or will love find me soon? I know I don't do a lot of topics related to relationship and love, so I've received a lot of inquiries and asking if I can do a little bit more love readings for you guys. So just for those of you guys who are looking for love and who are interested in your romantic life, this is the pick a card reading for your romantic life. And I also want to say that because the topic is will love find me soon? I think this reading is more or less for people who are either you're a single at this moment, whether you've been single for a long time or you are just a newly single, doesn't matter, but you're looking for love and you are looking for a committed relationships, or if you are towards, let's say, towards the end of a existing relationship and you know that you want to get out of that relationship and you want to look for the renewed energy, that could also be the reading for you. Now, however, if you are already in a very happy committed relationships, which means you already found your love, probably I would say this reading would not resonate with you much, because what we're talking about is the new love, the new future that is in front of you. All right. So just to give you guys a little bit guidance before you watch this video. Meanwhile, at the same time, if you watch the very beginning of this video, I provided you with 3 different options, and each option has a very seductive and beautiful female person or a creature from ancient Greek mythology. We have got Circe, who was a very beautiful witch from Odyssey, right, written by Homer. Um, I remember that years ago, I read this very amazing book by Madeline Miller. And she wrote a book about Circe, right? And her own life journey and her love stories. So if you resonate with Circe, then group number 1 is for you. Now, group number 2 is the beautiful Medusa. Medusa has been written by mythologists, and also personally, I've also written Medusa twice in both of my oracle decks, Oracle of the Mythic Heroes and Oracle of the Celestial Deities. And Medusa is a very complex figure, and later in the reading, we'll talk a little bit more about her personality and her view of life. But if you are drawn to this very seductive and very mystical female character, then the group number 2 is for you. Now, finally, when we look at the group number 3, which has sirens. Now, sirens is actually not really one person, but it's talking about the female creatures living on this in the middle of the ocean, and they are all beautiful singers, and they can use their seductive voice to lure sailors in. Sometimes you can see sirens as the sense of this symbol of beauty and seduction, but sometimes they can also be quite elusive, right? And they can also be quite scary. And so all the 3 female characters I've chosen, I do feel that there's some kind of, in a way they're sexy, but also in a way that it's kind of like dangerous. And I really feel that even this, what love is about, love is what we all desire, but sometimes we also have so much fear and so much, painful experience with it, right? Me, you, and everyone else. And so I do feel that, when it comes to a love reading, we want to look at, love from a more holistic perspective, what we can enjoy and what we can also learn from dealing with love. Now, today, of course, we're going to use Oracle of the Mythic Heroes and Oracle of the Celestial Deities together with some other tarot cards pool to do your love reading. With all that being said, my lovely souls, let's start with our group number 1. Hello, group number 1. You have chosen the beautiful Circe. On this picture, perhaps you have already read the story of Circe and you know who she is, and maybe you are just naturally drawn to her energy, or you are simply drawn to the picture of Circe that I put at the beginning of the video. Now, before the reading, I just want to talk a little bit about my personal feeling about this pile. Circe was actually one of the lovers of Odysseus. And if you read Iliad and Odyssey, specifically Odyssey, where Circe actually appeared, you will know that Odysseus actually spent a lot of time with her. And of course, Odysseus was an attractive man. He was a great hero. And initially, when he met Circe, Circe actually was kind of like his enemy because Circe used witchcraft to turn his sailors and his crew into pigs. And so eventually, Odysseus had to borrow the wisdom and the help from Hermes and to cure, right, his sailors and his crew, and remove the magic spell from them. And eventually they're able to conquer Circe and they became lovers. So kind of Circe's energy is kind of interesting. Yeah, so Circe is a witch and she is very witchy in a good way. She's seductive, she's beautiful. But also when she met Odysseus first, they were not really friends because they were enemies. So this does give us a hint, perhaps when it comes to love and connections, maybe usually at the beginning of the connection between you and your soulmate, there usually could at the very beginning, there's some kind of annoyance, or maybe even, I don't even like you from the beginning, that kind of vibes. But slowly when you get to know each other better, you realize that, oh, wow, actually, you know what, why did I find this person so annoying? Actually, there is some kind of attraction there, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that this applies to everyone watching this video, but hopefully this will give you some kind of hint, right? Just to give you a sense of trying to be open-minded about love and about potential soulmate connections. Try not to kill them right away when you meet them for the first time, even though they might not be the so-called, your people, right? Right away. Okay. Now, first of all, we're gonna pull three cards from an oracle of the celestial deities. Wow, one card flew out. Okay, we're gonna take that. The first card is showing where your current energy is, and then we're gonna see what could be blocking you, and then we're gonna see what could be helping you in your love life. Okay. Now, what could be blocking you is the moon. Okay. Now, what could be helping you for your love life? Now we have got Athena. Okay. Now, this is very interesting energy group number one. First of all, the Neptune energy sitting at the very top really tells me that you are kind of like flowing at this moment. For a lot of you guys who is choosing group number one, perhaps you are not really doing much about love life, even though you might have a strong desire to be connected with someone, right? This could be about you maybe thinking about, I want love, I want to be with someone, I want to have a committed relationship, but when it comes, okay, so what are you doing actually in order to manifest that? Or we're like, oh, not much, I don't know. I just kind of hope that it will just come to me. And I just kind of hope that it will just happen naturally, right? So that's the Neptune energy. I mean, in a good way, I actually like this. It doesn't mean it's bad because Neptune also represents and symbolizes the universal flow of the regularities out there, right? As above, so below. So Neptune to me is a little bit like talking about timing as well. It's a little bit like saying when the timing is right and things will be naturally flowing into your life without much personal manipulation or control. So in a good way, this could be good. Now, specifically with Neptune energy, if you have a very significant Neptune placement on your chart, let's say it's in your first house or in your seventh house, or if you are a Pisces sun moon rising or Pisces on the cusp of your seventh house, this reading could be very, very significant to you, right? Because there is a sense of Neptunian energy in your love life that you're carrying now. This could also be saying that maybe the partner that you're attracting could be carrying some kind of Neptunian energy, right? Literally, they could be having sun, moon, or rising in Pisces, or this could also be talking about maybe them having a very artistic or creative mind, right? They could be very into art, design, or they are just naturally very good with creative stuff. What could be blocking you, group number one, is that perhaps, like what I said earlier, because you are not doing much about love life, and there could be a part of you like there's a voice in your head and it's saying that actually, you know what? I'm fine. And sometimes, I don't want to waste my time entertaining people out there. Whatever it's either, the gender you're attracted to is male or female, that doesn't really matter. The moon energy is very much about your independence. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, personally, I really like this energy, but now the moon is happening actually in the house, in the area that is blocking you. So this could be seeing that staunch independence, that attitude that sometimes we have. It's a little bit like, I don't need it, I don't want it, I can't be bothered to talk to you. I'm gonna protect myself, right? I'm gonna guard myself there. That could actually be something blocking you from exploring love. So for this group, one thing that I would say is that if you want love to come to you sooner, the moon energy really tells you to release your guard, especially if it's excessive guard, okay, around you. Give people a chance and also give you a chance. And this does not mean that you need to, fall in love with them right away. But the moon usually is saying that perhaps due to some past incidents and events, and so you feel that it's difficult for you to just trust them right away and bring them into your life. So this energy is usually telling you that, okay, then can you maybe start building friendship with them or building some kind of connection that is not sexually or romantically based, right? And then I'm gonna link this to the third card, Athena, because there is a hint there how you should connect with them. Now, what is actually helping you is the Athena energy. And whenever I see this energy, I think of your career, your work, your professional development. So for some of you guys, this could be saying that you could very easily attract a partner through some kind of professional development. Okay, this could be about them meeting you at a work event, a work function, or maybe colleagues, or they're your clients, or some kind of connection when it comes to your career development. So I actually think that's an amazing thing. What you need to do is to perhaps develop a very strong connection based on work or based on a professional connection. And then of course there's some kind of friendship as well. And then slowly you make that come to you. Let's put it this way, okay? Now, one thing that I'm also seeing about this future soulmate connection is that, like what I said earlier, this person is not going to be someone that, let's say you meet for the first time and it's almost like, oh my God, everything we are in line with each other. It's not going to be like that. Maybe even at the very beginning, you have a little bit mistrust towards this person. Yeah. So it's a little bit like, I don't know who you are. Yeah, I don't know if I can trust you. Tell me more, show me more, right? I don't know, right? It's a little bit like that. And then slowly, when time goes by, you realize that, wow, okay, so this is the connection that I actually want and I need. And I also feel that they are reciprocating the same way. All right. Very beautiful energy. Now, we're going to continue to pull, let's pull, how do we do this? Okay, so let's pull maybe, let's do this. Let's pull one tarot card from the major arcana, okay? And let's just see anything else that could be a good advice for you. Okay. Dear universe, please kindly help our group number one, the group of Circe, okay? And give them the guidance and the wisdom that they need for their romantic and personal relationships. Okay. Gotta pick the first one. Emperor. All right. Okay. Now, first of all, Emperor, as an advice for you, it's about you needing to be courageous. Okay. You needing to command your space. And basically this is saying that if you want love light, you got to be responsible for it. You can't be taking a passive role too much. Now, I'm also seeing usually Emperor is talking about an older male. Now, of course, I understand that for a lot of you guys, you're watching this video, not all of you guys are looking for a man. Some of you might be looking for a woman, either because you're a male looking watching this video, or maybe you're a female, but your sexual orientation is a lesbian. That doesn't really matter, okay? Now, Emperor is usually talking about an older male, or if this is a female, which is very rare, but this is usually showing someone who is very mature and they have already established their achievements, their career and their command, right? So definitely this is showing someone that is mature, that could be very they kind of like, it's that kind of authority feeling there. Yeah, maybe they're running their own business, maybe they're a boss, maybe they're a manager, director, yeah, whatever that is. And that could actually also give you the sense of admiration, right? You admire them, you think they're amazing, you think they have a lot of achievements, and you have a lot of respect towards this guy. So with this group, one thing that I would definitely say to you is that this is not someone that you just meet on a, I don't know, like like sexy dating app, you know what I mean? And and this person doesn't really care about work, they're just having fun. And and it doesn't matter how hot and sexy they are. This is what I'm seeing for this group is really about that kind of sense of achievement and work connection and career development and admiration that you have for each other. All right. So that's something that is very, very interesting. So in a way, I'm also seeing this person, right? Your future soulmate has got like two sides there. On one side, they can be very Neptunian, right? Creative, they can be very sensitive, in some parts, but also when they're dealing with their career and work, they're very kind of like single-minded and they're very tough, right? So this is very, very cool energy. Okay, group number one. Love it. Now we're gonna pull three cards from Lenormand. I rarely use this deck, but actually in the past, for a period of time, I was studying Lenormand. I actually quite loved it. So let's just have a look and see what other energy is coming up regarding your future love, right? And see, we're gonna pull three cards from Lenormand and see what the universe has got for our group number one. Thank you, universe. Please kindly provide us with some useful guidance and helpful wisdom for our group number one, Circe. First card, the moon. Okay. You got the moon twice. Okay. Remember, you got the moon earlier and you got the moon again. Okay. From Lenormand. We've got the moon. Okay. We've got the star. All right. And finally, we have got the tree. Okay. I love this energy group number one. I tell you what this is. Yeah. First of all, I do feel that again, there's some sense of work achievement and reputation that is related to your love life. And I do feel that perhaps if you're looking for love, you need to kind of like, mm, how do I describe this? If you are more famous, let's put it this way, if you're famous, not necessarily famous, but if you have a name in your industry, or if you actually are very good at what you do and you are known for your achievement, it's actually easier for your future partner to notice you and see you, right? And to find you. Because the moon in the Lenormand reading usually is talking about your public reputation. And because you got a star card next to that, which is about stardom, right? Be a star. So this is a little bit about your reputation, how much you are known. So one of the advice for our group number one is do not hide in your cave. Do not hide in your home and hoping that your prince charm will just knock on the door and find you. You probably will meet this person, either this man or this woman, very possibly in a professional setting. Okay. And you're going to have conversation. You're going to connect there because why? Because you have a reputation there. People know you, people have heard of you, and people are interested in your work or in what you do, or in the project that you're handling. Yeah. Now, when I say work, of course, this could also be about some kind of project, professional project you're handling, or this could also be about maybe some volunteer work, right? Charity work, if that's actually how you see yourself, right? So there's some sense of that energy, right, coming out. Yeah. I also feel that it's very possible that you're meeting this person in the evening. Okay. There could be some kind of evening event rather than daytime events. Okay. And then finally, you got the tree there, which is also lovely because the tree is actually representing long lasting and trustworthy and development and growth, right? Because a tree, once you plant it, it's going to be very firmly, grabbing the soil and it will stay there for a long time. So I love this energy when I'm asking about love. Moon, star, and the tree. One of the also the other thing I see about this is it looks like the energy is very stable. It's very nice, but it's not that kind of passion, fiery. The first time I meet you, whoa, I'm already kind of like all over you. That kind of energy. It's very possible, like what I said, that when you meet for the first time, it was just a work connection, or it was a connection that is more platonic. And perhaps neither you nor them are going to sort of like just make the first step right away, right? This requires a little bit of mutual understanding, maybe working together, maybe more communication, and maybe spending time in a more platonic environment. Then slowly you develop this really stable and trustworthy and long-lasting relationship with each other. And that's going to become the soulmate and the love relationship you're going to have. By the way, one more thing about this combination I like is that literally you've got three cards that have hearts on it, and the number is 6, 7, and 8. When we see the kind of sequence right happening in the reading, this is telling you that you are on the right track towards love, right? So no worries, group number one. Very good. Now, finally, we're going to pull one card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. And by the way, if you like my work, if you like Oracle of the Mythic Heroes, you like Greek and Roman mythology, you can easily purchase this deck of cards. And also, it accompanies a very nice 256 guidebook teaching you the meaning of each card and how to use this deck to do your daily reading. You can purchase this easily from Amazon.com, Amazon UK, Amazon Japan, and many other online stores. You probably will also be able to find this in a proper astrology store or maybe a new age shop if they sell tarot cards and oracle cards. All right. Very good. Now, I'm shuffling the cards. We're going to pull just one last advice for our group number 1. All right. The universe, thank you so much. Please provide us with some useful guidance and the helpful wisdom for our group number 1. And the message for you is, wow, little anxiety. Don't worry, okay? Now I know group number 1, you're anxious. You're thinking about where is it? I'm not seeing this. I've been waiting for a long time. What the hell, right? Where is it? Now this card really tells you that let the universe bring that to you. Now, what I'm really connecting this card with your previous, right, is that you remember your own energy is Neptune. Now, in ancient Greek mythology, actually, Leto was saved by Neptune, okay, or Poseidon, the Greek counterpart. So this is really telling you that you have to really trust the universal regularity or the flow, okay? You have to really trust that when things are happening, it's really happening. And even though it hasn't happened, and even though you have been waiting for a long time, and maybe in the past, certain events or certain people have disappointed you and has disheartened you and betrayed your trust, that doesn't matter. What will be coming to you will be coming to you very soon, okay? Now, in terms of timing, earlier, because a lot of you guys were asking, okay, but isn't this video about when I will find love? I have a very, very strong feeling that the time between now and next April could be a very, very significant time for you. Okay. Now we're generally speaking talking about 6 to 8 months time from now. Okay. So this could be, of course, this is a general reading. Everyone's situation is different, but for a lot of you guys who's watching this video, I'm literally seeing this from now until next April. All right. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, group number 1, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like me and my content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, love it, and share it with the people around you. It's always important to spread that positive energy. Thank you so much, group number 1. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Thank you very much for joining this reading session. You have chosen the pile Medusa. And the question is, will love come to me soon? Medusa is a very complex figure in ancient Greek mythology. I've written about Medusa in both of my oracle decks, actually, and I dedicated the entire chapter for her. To me, Medusa is very, very complicated. She was a victim, but she was also a monster. She was sexually abused by the god of the ocean, Poseidon, but later she also victimized a lot of other people because whoever dares to look at her in her eyes, she will turn them into stone. So Medusa sometimes, I think, it's a little bit like representing the reflection that we need when it comes to dealing with love. What has been blocking us and what we need and what we want to walk out of that kind of, mental restriction, right, or the limitation there, and what hurt us in the past, and what misled us, and what kind of thinking that is blocking us from moving forward, specifically when it comes to believing in love again and trusting love again. I think for people who are choosing this group, possibly there's a lot of self-reflection and the healing you guys have already been doing. And just in case you are still on the way, you haven't finished that journey, I'm sending a lot of love and the blessings, and I would love to see the complete recovery and the healing that you're going to do. All right. Now, hopefully also through this reading, we're going to find some useful guidance for you guys. Now, we're going to pull 3 cards from Oracle of the Celestial Deities. Let's look at your current energy, what could be blocking you, and what could be helping you to find love. Now, first card coming out is Jupiter. Oh, wow. Powerful, group number one. All right. Now, what could be blocking you here for our Medusa group is Saturn. Okay. Now, what could be helping you for our group number one to find love soon? We have got Vesta. Okay. Very beautiful energy. Okay. Now, this also, I see this in different scenarios. Let's talk about this Jupiter energy. Everybody loves Jupiter. Okay. If you know astrology, if you read astrological articles, you know Jupiter is actually the planet representing good luck, opportunities, expansion, growth, and it just everything that is abundant and big. And so when you have Jupiter in your first house, this is really talking about you refreshing yourself and bringing the sense of belief and believing that I can do everything and I can achieve anything. And for the things that I set my mind on, I will be able to do that. This is a great energy for people who also love travel, who are thinking about going to study, maybe pursuing a degree, learning, relocation, right? All these kind of things related to travel and foreign culture. Because all of these things are going to expand your horizons, whether it's about in the schools learning things from a textbook, or this is about us physically traveling, right, and going to see the world. Jupiter is about you expanding and believing in the impossible things and make them possible for you. So this requires a lot of positive thinking. Now, for our group number one, if you're already in that space, that's great. The card is actually telling you to keep believing in that. What is actually blocking you, what could be become the challenge for you? It's a Saturn energy, which is the opposite of Jupiter. Now that makes a lot of sense. See, Saturn is about self-doubts in this scenario. It's about overly limiting ourselves. When we look at something that we could achieve, and then the other negative mind is saying, no, you can't have that. Things are not that easy. If you can have that, then everyone will be able to have that. Why do you think you can have that? It's a little bit like that kind of self-critical talk, or it's kind of like, it's almost like when a child is saying that I want to become a pilot, right? And then the parent is saying, you can't be a pilot, stop dreaming. It's a little bit like that kind of harsh voice that we can actually have in our voice when we do a little bit of self-talk. And so I think for when it comes to love and relationships or looking for romance and partnerships for this group, I just think that you really need to believe yourself again. You really need to believe that you deserve all the things that you actually are dreaming in your mind. How you want to be loved, what kind of relationship you want to have, and how you would like to be seen, as a couple, and what you would like to create together, co-create, right, with your future partner. This is saying to you that if you have been disappointed, or if something has been making you feel a little bit despondent or disappointed, this is telling you that now you need to stand up again and go back to that optimistic thinking. Okay. Now, what could be helping you is Vesta. Now, Vesta, in a good way, is talking about self-healing. So this has a lot to do with this Medusa energy that we talked about at the very beginning of our session. Perhaps, like what I said, someone either hurt you, or someone disappointed you, and you need to walk away from that pain because that experience kind of contributed to your self-doubt. So it's almost like maybe you originally you believed in love, you believed in a lot of beautiful things, and someone kind of like just kind of like knocked you, with a brick on your head, right? And kind of like disappointed you or hurt your feelings. And now you're kind of like be like, oh, I've always been believing in love, but so what does that mean? Does that mean that actually there's no love? Does that mean that I can't trust? It's a little bit like that, right? And the Vesta card tells you that you must heal from this experience because holding grudge or holding on to what happened in the past, either it's about the unresolved feeling or self-doubt, loathe, or just feeling that I can't let the past go, that energy will not help you to move forward to your future relationship. And so what you need to do is a little bit healing. And also, in case you want to ask me, should you completely cut the ties from the person or the people who have hurt your feelings in a romantic way in the past? The answer is 100% yes. And how do you do that? Coming back to this Jupiter energy, you really need to focus on your personal growth and personal development. You really need to focus on what you are going to do, what you can be happy, and how you're going to develop your life, right? Either it's learning, study, work hard, promotion, right? Or a career development, personal project, right? Focus on how you want to make your life amazing, right? Instead of focusing on why they treat you in a certain way, or why can't they see you in a positive light, or why can't they love you, that kind of stuff, right? So this is the most important message that I'm seeing here with these three cards. Now, having said that, we're going to pull one more card from the major arcana of tarot. All right, so let's see what other energies is there for you. For our, oh, this one wants to come out. What is it? Temperance. Okay, again, healing. Okay, healing, healing, healing. I really feel like group number two, someone hurt you feeling so badly. I don't know if it's about someone, really in the recent past, or maybe someone maybe you knew from a long past, but you still haven't completely cleared this energy out of your life. The temperance, if you study tarot, you will know this card is all talking about finding your balance back. I have a very strong feeling. I think for group number two, you are actually a positive person. You actually have been very balanced, but it's almost like someone, just that particular person, someone actually snuck into your life and broke that balance in you. And so now you're a little bit like, I don't know what's happening, right? So what you need to do is not to create balance, but to just get back to the usual, the balance, the joyful, and the positive self. And that's what you need to do, group number two. All right. And whenever you are getting stuck with frustration, anger, especially if it comes from the past, a past person, you really need to know that you have to let it go, not for the sake of forgiving them, because maybe they don't even deserve your forgiveness, right? We don't know. This is general reading, but you are moving on for you, for your sake, because you need to do well in your life. All right. Beautiful. Now we're going to pull three cards from Lenormand. Okay. And let's see what else we need to know about your future love and future soulmate. Okay. Oh, by the way, for this group, I'll talk about this later. Okay. Now, one card just jumped out. We're seeing, okay, we have a dog and we have the sickle. Okay. And finally, we have the book. Okay. Very interesting energy. Okay. Now, the dog energy usually is talking about friendship, right? And maybe, this could also be about someone that you met in the past. Maybe there was initially a strong friendship there that you cherish, but the sequel energy is a little bit like, okay, but that didn't develop into any romantic connections. That did not develop into the soulmate connection that you really desired, right? So this sequel and the dog is talking about cutting, that kind of, the old connection that you have had. And then you go to the book. Book, this art card in the Lenormand reading could be talking about, let's say, learning, study, right? Things like that, self-investment, that could be very good for you. The other thing about the book energy is talking about mystery. So one thing actually about this group is that the good thing about this energy is that your love life is not done, okay, is not finished just because whatever happened in the past did not work out for you. That does not mean that is doomed and you're done with your love life. This book card tells me that there's still a lot of beautiful things that is undiscovered yet. You can see on the photo of this card, there's a lot of lights, right? Starlights coming out of this book. It almost looks like a magic book, right? So from my perspective, this card is a little bit like telling you that there's still a lot of treasure yet to be discovered. But maybe at this moment, you haven't seen the clue yet, or you haven't seen the evidence yet. But as a reader, what I can tell you is that it's definitely there for you. All right. Now, another very, very interesting thing is the dog card is the 10 of hearts. And the book card is the 10 of diamonds. Now, when you have double 10 in a reading session, it's telling you that there's going to be some changes happen in your love life. So again, this is a good thing because I believe a lot of you guys are still looking for love and you're either single or you're not happy with your love life. Now, this is telling you that do your healing work and there will be positive changes coming to you very soon. All right. Okay, now we're gonna pull one more card as your final advice from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. Your universe, please kindly help with our group number two, the Medusa group, and let them know how they can better handle their emotion and create the beautiful love life that they always desire. Oh, something flew out. We're just gonna use that. Perseverance. Okay, it's a beautiful card. Now what we have got is Leonidas on the card. This card is talking about not giving up, right? So earlier I kept saying, do the healing, right? Your love is not done, all these kind of energies. And this is about that. This is telling you that, you know the story of 300, right? Leonidas, even though he knew that he only had 300 men, but they were still going to fight the millions of Persian intruders. And they had a very, very big battle in a place in modern Greece, this place you can actually visit called the Thermopylae. I personally actually I've been to that place twice, and you can see a very nice Leonidas statue there. And oh, this gets me very excited and emotional when I talk about Greece. But either way, I mean, this card is talking about that sense of perseverance that you need to embrace. Don't give up and don't feel like don't be stuck, right, with that kind of negative influence from the past, because whoever that created that negative influence in you does not deserve your energy. All right. Very good. Now, also, I want to say is that for you guys this year, in terms of timing, if you guys want to know, December and January, these 2 months are very important when it comes to love development. So this could be about you actually meeting someone, or this could be about certain events will occur during that period of time, and that could lead you towards your future love life. And so during the December and January months, what I will say to you guys is be the Jupiter, be open, be expansive, and just embrace the new things, new learning opportunities, and new connections that will come into your life. Now, before we finish this reading, I really want to read a small paragraph from my Oracle of the Celestial Deities when I wrote about Medusa, because since you guys have chosen this group, right? And personally, I resonate with this energy a lot. I mean, I remember, 20 years ago when I first met my own spiritual teacher, and when I had my own personal reading, that first card I put out was Medusa, because at that time I had a lot of mental blockage at that time. And I really think that in the story of Medusa and the teaching of her really helped me. By the way, this is a guidebook for Oracle of the Celestial Deities. I'm just going to read the chapter, okay, for Medusa. All right, so she is actually the last chapter there, okay? The keyword for Medusa: fear, reflection, and the wish to survive. Okay, I'm just going to read the teaching part, okay? Medusa's energy can be applied to any situation. It symbolizes the part of us that needs to be reined in so we may reflect on our unfounded self-sabotaging emotions. One of the typical symptoms that we could experience is subconsciously using our wounded past as evidence to cynically project potentialities onto our futures. When paired with Neptune in the spread, this could be about some victim consciousness and addictive behavior working against us, as Medusa was seduced and abused by the god of the ocean, Poseidon. When this card is paired with Mars, we could easily lose control of our anger and act in an vindictive and vicious manner because we crave revenge. And when paired with Saturn, we could blame ourselves for everything in a self-loathing cycle and slip into depression. Remember how the hero Perseus used her petrifying visage to punish the wicked king Venus, who had been abusing Perseus' own mother. The mirroring of Medusa's gaze is a symbol of our own psychological reflection, asking us to objectively review what is occurring in life through logic and higher understanding. So avoid direct confrontation, as you cannot outwit her gaze by bluntly staring back. Reflect on your feelings and ask if your conclusions make sense. Then offer yourself true compassion. It is a first step towards healing. Okay, thank you so much, our group number 2. And I'm so glad that I'm able to do this reading for you guys, and I hope this is helpful in some way. If you enjoy the reading, you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel and remember to love it and share it with the people you care about. Always remember to circulate our positive energy around. Thank you so much, group number 2. I'll see you guys very soon in the next session. Bye. Hey, group number 3. Thank you very much for joining this Big 8 card reading. You have chosen the last group, which has the beautiful sirens on it. Sirens are beautiful female creatures from Greek mythology who can sing very, very beautiful songs. But what they do is that they use that beautiful and seductive voice to lure the sailors in and then cause shipwreck. Sirens, you can see them as a distracting voices around us that we shouldn't listen to, that we shouldn't be drawn to. In Greek mythology, sirens appeared in, generally speaking, two major stories. One is in Odysseus, um, story in the Odyssey. When he heard the singing of sirens, he asked his crew to tie him up so that he would not be able to be lured by the sirens' voices. And he asked everyone else, or the crew on the ship, to put wax in their ear in order to protect themselves from the sirens' magic. Now, in the other story, it was from Jason and the Argonauts, the story of Jason. In that story, the beautiful and talented musician Orpheus played a beautiful song and melody to resist the magic of the sirens. But either way, I do think that the sirens energy is also telling us that sometimes when we are pursuing love and thinking about love, we really have to be careful with getting involved with the wrong people, listening to the wrong voices, and sometimes lose our own direction. With all that being said, let's pull three cards first and look at your energy, what could be blocking you, and what could be helping you to find love soon. Now, first of all, we're going to shuffle. All right, dear universe, please kindly protect us and give us the guidance that we need for group number 3. Your first card, your general energy is the sun. Okay. Artistic, all right, creative, all right, beautiful. Now, what could be blocking you, group number 3, is Pan, okay? What could be helping you is Vesta, all right. Now, this energy, it's kind of interesting because what happened with group number 2, it's the same. Group number 2 also had Vesta sitting in this position, showing what is helping you. Now, it's kind of interesting earlier that I talked about sirens energy, right? Because sirens, they're singing and they're alluring you. But you can look at the picture of Vesta. She's not looking. She's not distracted. She has her eyes closed, and her energy is all about your own sacred sanctuary and your purity, right? What is your home, and what is your protection, and what is your own life? And with the sun sitting at the very beginning, I do feel that, for a lot of people who are choosing this group, maybe you enjoy dating, you love dating, you love to have fun, and you want to do things, right? You really want to be in love and just fall in love, because the sun god Apollo's energy is about that kind of, flirtatious and fun, dating, romance, right? Sexual energy. If you read Greek mythology, you will know Apollo chased a lot of goddesses and nymphs, and also vice versa. A lot of women and goddesses also find him attractive. So Apollo is that kind of very active, very, active, very, romantic, very that kind of, I need that stimulation. I need that, dating and love energy, right? It's a little bit like that. But what you do have to be careful with is because you've got Pan, this energy that is working, sort of like blocking you, or not really working for you. There could be two possibilities for group number 3. First of all, the Pan energy is usually talking about the anxiety and the fear we have. So this could be about you really want to enjoy dating, but perhaps in your mind, you also have a lot of fear or something that is worrying you, right? So even though you want to have fun, you want to, just be open and be playful, but there's always something that is bothering you in your mind. Or this could be saying that during the process of dating, you could be overthinking a lot. You could be thinking what they're thinking, what they're thinking of me. Do they like me? Do they not like me? Why are they saying this? Why are they not saying that? There's a lot of that kind of, anxiety triggering things happening. And so one of the things I would say about this group is that this is important for you to release your anxious thoughts. This is more about having fun rather than, analyzing what's happening and what is, it's almost like we're studying the other person's psychology. And also, to be honest, if I can be very honest with you guys, if someone is really putting you in the position where you have to study their mind and psychology and understanding what exactly are going through in their mind, probably they're not the right one for you anyway. Because personally, I don't believe that your soulmate will be playing this mental game with you. They know that they're not being clear with you, but they want to put you in the position of guessing, right? That should not be a soulmate connection. And so one of the things about this is also, that if you're dating or if you're seeing guys, girls, who gives you this anxiety, right? You keep guessing and thinking what's going on. I don't know what they mean. You already know that it's probably not the right one. The other thing about pan energy usually is related to sex. Now, one of the things about this energy is telling you that when you are going through dates, when we're going through, let's say, exploring new romantic lives, try not to start your relationship from the sexual perspective. Pan in Greek mythology is a very sexual being, even though he's a god of mountain, he also looks like a goat. You know what I mean? So in myth, what he does every day is he drinks, he parties, he dances, he has sex, and that's just all he does, right? So in a good way, he's a little bit like a hedonist, right? I don't care about what happens. I'm just gonna have fun now. But because this energy is not really working for you at this moment, perhaps this is really telling you that it's important that you don't put yourself out there as a sexual object. And it's also important that you don't see sex as the only way for you to open doors towards love. One of the things, sometimes what we do is we feel that we have to offer sex or we have to offer the intimate part of us. And so that love can flourish, right? Love can happen. And so maybe on the even if it's not the first day, but maybe the second day or the third day, we're already going home with them, or we're bringing them to our own home, and we hope that sexual connection to actually bring something to us, something more, something deeper and something more meaningful. But that's not really the case. What I would definitely say about this is that if you love to, have a great time, good. Go for drinks, have great conversation, go to a concert, right? Go dancing. But when it comes to the sexual part, maybe you can hold it back a little bit. Because I do feel that once you start that sexual connection too early, at the same time, you're also losing something from that connection. It's specifically, with the card on top of you, Vesta, because Vesta in the ancient Roman mythology is the goddess of home and hearth, and she's a virgin, right? She's a virgin goddess, and now this virgin goddess is helping you. So this is perhaps telling you that it's important that you don't go into this sexual adventure. Welcome love, be open to meaningful connections, but there's really no need for you to go down that path to, just explore purity for the sexual pleasure, especially if this is someone new, okay? Take your time, okay? That's important. Very good. Now we're going to pull one card from the major arcanas of tarot, all right? So let's see what's the energy there for you and what you should know about your love life. Okay. Your universe, please kindly help us, help our group number 3 to find their truths and find their answers. Hermit, exactly this is what I mean, right? This card is needing you to really go deep down within yourself and ask yourself, what is the thing that you truly desire? Is this the sexual union that is a thing that you really want, or the actual emotional connection that you really desire? And so I really feel about this as if, I don't know, for some of you guys, maybe it is about you maybe you recently just met someone and then, you do like them or you are thinking about it, but you don't really know how to pursue this. And what I would definitely say is that if this is more sort of like a sex date or things like that, don't go for it. But if you feel that this could lead to something more meaningful, or the next person that you're going to encounter, I would say that definitely take a little bit more time to study this person and just to, when we say have fun, right? You can have fun with a lot of different things. It doesn't have to involve our bedroom, if you know what I mean. Now, another thing that I want to say is that if you are meeting a person and this person is very sexually active, right? All they want to do is to, have, sexual intimacy with you right away. Again, this is also telling you that that probably is not the right person for you, okay? I think your future soulmate, the real connection, will have a little bit more patience when it comes to developing their sense of intimacy with you, all right? Very good. Now we're going to pull 3 cards from Lenormand. And let's see what other things about your future soulmate connections, right? Love connections, romantic connections that you need to know. All right. Oops. Dear universe, please kindly help us and provide our group number 3 with some useful guidance and helpful wisdom, right? To help them find true love. All right. First card coming out, we get the crossroad. Make sensible choices, guys. Okay, group number 3. This card is all talking about the choices you make. It's up to you. Okay. And then next we have got animals. Okay, so this is a main male character. So this is about making sure that you're choosing the right man. Okay. Now, I would suppose that this is you are a female and you're choosing a man, or you're selecting a male partner in the future. Or if you're a male partner, you could be also selecting a same-sex partner for you. Now, if you are male, you're choosing a female, or if you are a female choosing another female, then this is usually telling you that this is a time for you to really understand what you truly desire, okay, in yourself. Make sure that you are thinking logically. Okay, it's kind of interesting because a crossroad card is almost like a maze. If you look at the picture here, right? So the main thing is about understanding where you are and why you're doing this. Finally, we have got wow. Okay, and we got the female. Now, because we got the male and female, and they're actually looking at each other in the card, so in a good way, this is telling you that you will have a soulmate and you will have a very clear decision to make when it comes to this person appearing in your life. Okay. Now, again, when we see the card, it shows the male female energy. But in spirituality, we're really talking about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It does not have to be about the actual gender. Okay. Now, this could be about you seeking a same-sex partner. That doesn't really matter. But we're talking about the energy. Okay. So definitely there is a divine union there. The crossroad shows that it's all up to you whether you choose it or not. All right. Very beautiful. I can already see this is happening for you guys at some point. Okay, because I can see this union here. Very good. Now, we're going to pull one card, okay? One last card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. And by the way, if you like Greek mythology, you like Oracle cards, and you like my reading, you probably will love this deck. This deck contains 40 cards and also 256 pages of guidebook teaching you the stories of each card and also the spiritual meaning behind them. It tells you what it means to you in your daily operation. I think this could be a fantastic thing to use for your daily affirmation and card reading skills. You can easily find this deck and also Oracle of the Celestial Deities from Amazon.com, Amazon UK, Amazon Japan, and also maybe your local shops, right? You can just search these decks and you will be able to find them online. And usually they do international delivery. All right, very good. Now we're going to just find one last guidance for our group number 3, the Sirens group. Thank you so much, universe, just with one guidance. Thank you. Did I just say choice? Making your choice and make sure that you're making the right choice. The card literally you have got is called indecision. I mean, what did I just say? You can't make this stuff up. You saw me shuffling. This is the reason why I love card reading, right? The card just keeps yelling at us the things that you need to know. Look, this indecision Paris card is all talking about knowing what you're choosing. This card is related to the energy of Gemini. Okay, now Gemini is around next year, around May and June. But because you also have got a Hermit card there, which is Virgo, so this shows that perhaps next year from June to September, those 3 months of summertime could also be a very significant developmental time for you guys. I think bring this back to the Hermit energy is really telling you that when you are facing this decision about do I choose this or do I not choose this person, or do I want to choose this person or the other person, when you have these kind of choices in front of you, I think just know that what is your true desire and what is your true criteria, and you really have to see this from a higher perspective. All right, if you know what I mean. I think in a way, when you meet your future soulmate, when you look at this person, you already know that this is it. You will have this very strong intuition about what is your soulmate energy is. And when you see someone else, maybe the other person is more sexy, is more attractive. There's more, maybe they have a little bit more, seduction, right? Just like sirens, right? They have beautiful voice, they seduce you. But you will know deep down in your heart that what is the right partnership for you. And once you really trust that intuition, you will not regret your decision. Okay. Thank you so much, group number 3. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you guys. Please remember, if you like me and like my reading, like my cards, please subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with the people you care about. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys very soon in the next reading session. Have a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.